Welcome back. I am Nadia, and this is Knits by Nat, and I am, as I said in the last episode, just wanting to document my processes a bit. So here I have a bunch of FOs, which is really exciting. Some need to be blocked, and some are done. So I can start with what I am wearing. This is my self-drafted stripy sweater, using all different yarns, just trying to get some stuff out of my stash. I am very happy with how it turned out. I've been wearing it a ton already because it's been so cold. It's been like in the -20s. So great warm sweater. I went to this restaurant and it was very cold in the restaurant. But I was not super cold because I had the sweater on, but I probably would have had I not been wearing the sweater. So super stoked. I did make the arms a little too long. Like, I don't know, it's for my liking, it's a little too long. I think I like a little shorter sleeves, which maybe I'm learning. I don't know. This is I made a total of 4 sweaters. So, you know, learning, but I actually kind of like it rolled up like this. It gives it that scrappy feeling that I kind of enjoy. So I'm not gonna take it out because I like it. It also slightly hides. I don't know if you can tell. I ran out of the chocolate brown, cocoa brown in the Alpaca naturally. And I just had some like brown sock yarn that I held double. The gauge is very not the same. The color is not the same. It's less warm. So like rolling it up kind of hides that. Instead of it being so focal, it like looks, I wasn't really able to block it super aggressively because when I put it in the bath, it started to bleed the yarn that I had dyed, I'm assuming. And I didn't have any of that dye catcher on hand, which I need to pick up so that I can wash this because I would like to give it a bit more of an aggressive soak. Like I soaked it for like 2 seconds. And so far it's like, it's good. It hits me right where I like it on right where my pants fit. But yeah, I think a little bit of like a longer soak would do it good justice, but I'm very much enjoying it. It's so warm, like even right now I'm toasty warm. So I will probably get a ton of wear out of this in the winter, and it fits great under my jacket. Like not too, because I was a little worried about it being too oversized, and it's not an issue. Yeah, the one thing I would fix, and I know that people put elastics, the neck line is a bit, I should have gone down on one needle size, I think, to tighten it up a bit. It's a little flimsy, but I don't hate it. It's not terrible. It's really not scratchy on my skin, which I love. But that would be my one thing. That, and I think I would do more short rows in the back because, I don't know if I can show you, but it just kind of sits higher. I don't know if you can tell that. Higher here. So in the future, more short rows would be nice, I think. If I am ever to do this again. Maybe less cast on up here as well. Just tighten it up a bit and then it's shorter. But I also remembered, I know I mentioned last time that I didn't know why I did it as 3 times. It's because I didn't line up the raglans with the knit of the 2x2 ribbon, and I was like, I'm gonna fix it. So that was my other reason for doing it. But yeah, very successful. I don't know what else to say. Knit up really fast. Had I not had a couple of those issues, like I mentioned, and yeah, I will get lots of use out of it this winter, I'm sure. So my second kind of finish object, I would say, I haven't blocked it, and there's a few ends to weave in. I was really killing myself to get this done. Is my Tessellated sweater by Andrea Mowry. I'm extremely happy to have this off the needles. I didn't love the process, I'll be really honest. I was having issues with yarn management. I did not like the purl side of the upper part of this. The yarn I picked, like this one, the Berroco Ultra Wool Fine, is really splitty, so I was having issues with that. Yeah, not my favorite. So glad it's done. I think it's been on the needles. Last I looked at, I had a counter for this one. And the last I looked at it, it was like 370 days, so long overdue to get this off. I just nailed through basically one arm. I think I had like 2.5 centimeters done. So I did this all in about a week, I think. So really happy. I think I mentioned it last time, but I'm really hoping it blocks out nicely. Maybe I'll throw it on quickly and see what it looks like. I haven't checked it out, so give me 2 seconds. So this is it. I hope and blocking, you know, does its magic. It's definitely a bit shorter than I would like, so I'm hoping it stretches out, whereas the arms are longer but tighter, so I think they're not going to be as an issue as the last sweater, because I think it's when they're too, like, I can pull these up, and I'm hoping this blocks out a bit more so it's a little drapier. But I am very pleased with this. It just needs a little bit of a relax fit. Get the relax, and quite like blue on me, and I have blue dress pants, and I'm very excited to wear it for work in my freezing cold office and walks to the bus. But yeah, so this is, I really hope it's long enough. I'm sure blocking always does wonders. Anyways, I'm gonna switch, I think, back. Okay, so yeah, that's my Tessellated sweater. So excited. I am so happy. That was a really warm sweater. I was even hot in that, and it is currently -20 outside. So hopefully it's not too warm, because I did hold the alpaca, no, what is it? Alpaca silk, I believe. Yeah, baby alpaca silk double. So like it's quite a thick material with the slip stitches. But super stoked about that. I think it'll be a really great addition to my wardrobe. I'm gonna laugh if the arms are too long, and I didn't need to do as many as I did because I wanted to murder the sleeves. Sleeve Island was a real thing. Tea break. I tea right now. I love Earl Grey. It's like my favorite. Yeah, I drink it every day. And sometimes two. This is my second cup. Okay, I have one more. Oh, kind of two. It was a really big finishing week. I did also finish my baby blanket for my friends. Fortunately, I had to mail that off before I started filming this, so it is in their mailbox because their baby was due, and they've had their baby now, so very exciting. I don't think they've actually received it because they were in the hospital when it arrived. So yeah, that is done. I really loved how the pattern turned out. I did put a felt, like cotton felt, fleece lining on the back, just to like really soften it up for the babe. But I hate it. I did not enjoy it. It was the first time where the intarsia looked the best on the back, and like there was not many little holes for little fingers to get caught. And I wish I had just kind of kept it like that, a little less warm. I don't know what I did this time. It's been bad in the past, but this one was extra bad. I was trying to get it done, so I mailed it. And I was just thinking it'll be bundled on top of the babe while in a stroller. So it's done. I did a blanket stitch to attach it, and I used the yarn, which was a nice accent to the back of the black fleece lining. Yeah, I just used like a plain black fleece lining. I'll insert a photo. I only took the front because I really hated the back. I want to learn to sew a bit better. I think my main issue, I don't have blocking mats. Never bought them. Small spaces just seemed like a lot of effort, but I think that would help so I could really pin it down. And then because it's all acrylic, it's not like wool. It's acrylic wool blend yarn. It's acrylic yarn blend, Berroco Vintage, so 52 acrylic, 40% wool, and 8% nylon. And because of that, it doesn't like, you know how wool blocks out so nicely. I find acrylic does not do the same. So I do think having some blocking pins to really like force it into the length and shape, and then steam it like 100 times throughout a week or something, and like really try to like really reduce, really try to relax the stitches, maybe would help with the sewing so it's actually a perfect rectangle. Because I think what happened is it's just wrong dimensions, and I was pulling the thing thinking it'd be better, and I don't know, it's not great. I do know I made my sister a blanket in this yarn, and I don't think I told her the care instructions, and she did show me that it felted, so I don't know if I would make the baby blankets out of this yarn ever again, just because I know moms are on the run, and like easy care instructions, whereas it's not uncare. You can put it in the machine, it's just with cold water and on gentle cycle, and it does say to lay flat, so not in the dryer, which I'm sure my sister did. So, but I had given her another blanket for my younger nephew, and I think that one was purely like acrylic, so I would consider that next time. I don't remember what the yarn that I do really like. It's just the yarn store that I go to now because I moved. didn't have that one, so I switched to this one. But anyways, I wrote the care instructions for my friends, so hopefully it's fine. But if they really hate the backing, I will take it off for them. I'm sure they'll be very, very polite about it, but it was ugly. It was terrible, and I almost should have taken it off, but I had done so much work. It took me like 4 hours to sew it on, because I'm not a good sewer. Anyways, it's done. Here, I'll insert a photo of it at some point. And I'm happy it's done. I love making them. They're just, I get kind of over it. It's one of those ones that I start, get excited, and then the actual process takes a while. I also, I'll be honest with that one, I was disappointed with it. Normally I'm really excited. I messed up the measurements, so it's smaller than I wanted, which I don't love because they were already small. Like, I bought 4 of these intending to use all 4, and I still have 1.5 left, not even more than 1.5. So it's much smaller, which is unfortunate. It's fun. It's there. If they choose to use it, I will not be offended if they don't use it. I do love seeing photos with the babes using them, but like, will not be offended, especially this one. It's not my favorite. Anyways, that's my third FO. And then it's not quite finished technically. I got so focused on the tessellated sweater that I wanted it to finish it, and then I lost my tapestry needle, and I've lost like all of them, so I have not done the Kitchener stitch on my socks. Weaved in the ends, but I'm basically done these, which will be great. Another pair of socks for the winter. I do love making easy socks. Like I mentioned last time, this is my perfect fit sock formula that I learned from taking Natalie's Knitty Natty's perfect sock course when she first launched it. I'd made socks in the past, like I'm wearing a pair right now. But I love this course. It was so fun. I now have like perfect socks, and I've never really, it really taught me, the course taught me more than just what socks, like really taking the time to understand what fit I like, and I've taken that into like making sweaters. I think nice thing about socks are quick, and I make them on a regular, so I can learn from each one. I've made my Oma a pair based on her sock measurements, my husband a pair. So yeah, so close. I will probably get this Kitchener today. I will be honest, it kind of hurt my wrists a bit from doing the Tessellated sweater, trying to get that done. I didn't have 9-inch circular needles for the cuffs or end, and I think the way I was knitting was not the most ergonomic. I was also pushing it because I really wanted to get it done. So last night I probably knitted too much to get both of the cuffs done, and then I did the cast off this morning. So, but, which is why all the ends aren't woven in, because I was like, I need to rest my hand. Anyways, these are very close. Very excited to have another pair of socks in the making. So because I was so focused on finishing, and I sometimes, if I don't stay on that train of finishing, then I will like start casting on new things. I won't finish those things, and I wanted them to be done. So I have like nothing new really. I have plans. I just started. I'm going to make the Moby sweater by Petite knits. So just started the swatch this morning. So when my hand, I was like, ooh, I need to rest for a bit. So literally 2 rows. Took me a bit to figure out what it is. I've never done a full cable sweater. I've done cable hats. I've done a cable hat. So I'm nervous for this one. But excited. I've been really craving like a white cream sweater in my wardrobe with cables, a bit more interesting. I've done a lot of stockinette, and like the Tessellated sweater is different, but it's, yeah. I also just really wanted a 1 yarn project. I've done a lot of color work related to projects, and so I'm excited. So yeah, I am testing it out on the suggested needles, which is 4mm. I put stitch markers for each of the patterns for the, like, each texture. Just, I think that will help me stay. I know someone mentioned it in some podcast a long time ago, and I've never, oh, I got the hiccups. Someone mentioned it, and I am going to try it out and see if that helps me to stay focused or know what I'm doing, especially right at the beginning when it's like you can't see the pattern yet. So yeah, testing that out. I am using Patton's Classic Wool Worsted. It's 100% pure new wool. I don't really know what that means. I was at Michael's looking for fabric, forgetting that Fabricland still exists. I thought Fabricland got closed, but I think it just closed in my hometown area. Yeah, I haven't, I don't know what I was thinking. Anyways, went to Michael's. They did not. I ended up getting this at Walmart because Michael's didn't have it, but there was a sale going on, Black Friday sale. So I picked up this for 7 balls. It was $32. So I'm extremely excited about that. I was able to get this. It was like a buy 2 get 1 free ball. So I got 7 of these, which should be the perfect amount. If I need to buy more, I will. I'm trying not to, like, especially with a commercial yarn like this, I don't think it'll be like that different color. I don't know. Could bite me in the butt, but based on my size, it said 700 grams for worsted. This is a little bit thicker, I think. This one's called, it does say it's Aran, but I'm thinking only 7 I will need, because it says 700 grams. I forgot about the swatch, so I might have to, but if I have to undo the swatch and use that, I'm fine with that. I don't know. I do like keeping my swatches, and I do really want to get like a cork board and like pin them up in my little office knitting room, because I have this big thing that has to go somewhere all the time to keep inspiration. I think that'd be fun, but I don't know. If I have to, if I'm very close to the end and it's just like that much more, I'll do that. Might bite me in the butt, but I don't know. I'm willing to risk it. I bought 4 of these for the Tessellated sweater, and I have used 230 grams basically. So I still have a full one and 70 grams left about, give or take a few. So I will be making another sweater with this, I think. Not right now. I'm kind of over navy blue right now, but I do have some white yarn that's a fingering weight that I think a nice stripy sweater look good. Anyways, this is off topic, not the same thing, but I just didn't want to have the same issue with these ones, because then I sit and then I get stressed out. No, it's not stress, but I get like, I spent the money on this, I should use it. So then I like feel like I have to make projects based on what leftovers I have. So I'm trying to not do that with this, even though white is a lot easier to use in things. But I have a bunch of white anyways. I mean, this is a different white. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. This is just I want to be intentional with what I bring into my stash. And when I have leftovers, it's kind of feels like I need to use it and get things that pair with it to like make it into things anyways. That's why I did 7 instead of 8. I'm risking it for the biscuit. Anyways, that's one project on planned and starting. Yeah, very excited about it. I'm nervous. I've never done this intense cabling. So my other plan is, as I mentioned, I have still a ton of this Custom Woolen Mills yarn, and I used up a bunch of it in the red and the yellow. So those are both gone, but I still had some gray, which I ended up accidentally felting one ball of the gray, trying to dye it, and then chose to dye a different yarn that not feltable. So I did that, which meant I still have these 2 balls. Plus, technically I have, which is not the same, but Bregg's Little, I believe it's also worsted. Anyways, I have this as well, but I want to get at least this one out. Hate this gray. I do not like the color, which is really unfortunate because I have a sweater in this with a beautiful motif on top, so it's not as bad, but I don't like this gray. It's like not light enough to be a nice gray and not dark enough to be a nice dark color. It's like this mid gray. It was my first, when I bought this yarn, it was a birthday present to myself. I got a bunch of birthday money, and this was my first hand knitted sweater. I had made a sweater on my machine, and this was my first like hand knitted yarn or sweater, and I don't think I knew what I was fully doing based on like color on my skin, what I enjoy to wear. I was limited because I was back home in my very small town, which had a lovely yarn store, but it was small. I wanted more of a rustic yarn because it was a sweater that was by, oh, she rebranded, but she was the Petite, no, there's Petite Knits and then the Petite Knitter, I think it was, but she's rebranded. I don't remember, because if I didn't say it already, this is by Moby by Petite Knits is what I'm doing for this. But anyway, I wanted rustic. It was very limited. I did this, which also was limited in colors. I wish I had done like maybe the red as the base and the gray. Anyways, stuck with this. Once again, ordered. I was worried I wouldn't have enough yarn, so I bought another one to make sure it was the same dye lot. It wasn't, unfortunately, which if you see my sweater, and I didn't use, I had 2 balls, I didn't keep track, and there is a line on one of my arms, but it's fine, whatever. This is eating up space. I know I spent money on it, I want to use it, and I was thinking felted gloves. If I need to use a little bit of white, do like a tonal, and then when I dye it, when I go to felt it, I'm gonna dye it. I'm gonna dye it probably not red. That's color something. Probably a green. It comes out in the gray with this bluey green tone. I also have a brown. Thinking the green, I also might have a charcoal gray to get it a bit darker. That could be also a good look. Because I really did enjoy dyeing this one, which turned out really well. So I want to try it again, but because this yarn felts, dyeing it needs to be in a felted. So I'm going to knit it up in this as a knit. And I think felted gloves would be really nice. Also way warmer than what my current knitted mitts are, which let in a lot of cold air. So then I have to wear my ski mitts when it's like negative, I don't know, negative 30 yesterday, and I wore my ski mitts, which these might still not be warm enough for that temperature, but would be warmer than what I currently have. I want them to fit in my hand a bit better too, because mine are a little, I didn't make them. They're like a yarn, a purchase long time ago. And anyways, so I was thinking that, and if I need a bit more, I don't know how to pattern. I probably should do a swatch and then see how much it felts. So then I just know, because I do have mitt patterns. I've made mitts. I would probably just wing it. I could do, there is a color work one that I could do this, and then when you dye it'll be like a darker green and like 2 different shades of green. So that's one of my plans, is to do that. Use this up, get it out of my stash, so then I stop looking at it and thinking, what a waste of money. It's not a waste of money. I don't know why I have this in my head. I do think I want to be more intentional about my stash. I'm trying, I think, to get stuff out that, like, when I wasn't, like, I was a new knitter, so I'm learning, right? And just, yeah, learning what I like, getting, and then I want to get the things out that I don't like, so then I can revamp it all. I don't know. I need to use it. And I think I want to be able to spend more money on sweaters and vests. I really want to make a vest. I was looking through it. My mom gave me all these like vintage patterns, and I was looking through it, and there was this vest that I feel like isn't super, it's not that necessarily vintage, it's just a plain sweater, a vest sweater, but it's like really oversized. I like it a lot. It also said that you can make it on machines, so like I'm gonna look into it and maybe try to do it on my machine. Off topic, but I need to buy yarn for that, so I'm trying to get some stuff out so I feel like it's not sitting forever, because these have been sitting for 4 years probably. And I know lots of people do that, but I don't like it. That's one plan. So glove, a sweater, and then one other thing I've been thinking about. Well, this is turning into like a plans thing. I also have this beautiful yarn by Arcane Fiber Works, Gathering Moss. It's beautiful. I want to turn it into a muscle bear hat. Those are so warm. The double, pretty much quadruple folded brim just is the best for cold winters. Most of my hats have pom-poms on it. I love a pom-pom, but in the cold I always have to put my hood on to brace the winter. So no pom-poms is better. So that might get on my needles soon. Would be a good, easy knit. I don't have to think about it at all. I do want to go, my last one I did on 275, I think, needles. It's a bit tight. So I might go up. Or did I do 225 and I want to go up to 275? I hope I have notes somewhere. I definitely want to go up a needle size from what I did last time. But anyways, that's a potential. And then the other potential, just as an inspiration that I'm looking at, because I'm almost done my socks. I love having more socks. The more socks I have, the warmer my feet are. If you're getting the vibe, I like being warm. And I have learned wool and the hand knitted stuff that I make out of wool beats anything that I've bought store bought. Like 100%. Even my ski socks. My socks, because they're breathable, I don't know, they're just so much warmer. So I'm trying to like replace a ton of my things. And one of those is, or not one of those, not replace, this isn't replacing, but a sock combination that I am thinking of. I just don't know what the pattern would be. Is these 3 colors. So this like sage green, mauvey red, and then this like dusky cornflower blue, I think I would consider that. I'm not sure. This would definitely be the main. Maybe stripes and like every other. I don't know how much I have. My socks take about 55 grams, my perfect sock amount. So if I have like all together, like both together is 55. So I'm thinking main and then like some kind of pattern with that. Just love the colors. I bought a bunch of yarn, which I made my nephew's socks out of. I think I mentioned in the last one. And they're too fally, and I didn't do my fall things with them, and now we're into winter, and I feel like this is a good winter color. The fall colors are too fally right now, and I'll save those for next year and do fall or maybe later. I want to do a color work leaf motif with those for a sock. I think it would be really nice. So I'm thinking that there are mushroom socks that I wonder if that would, I don't know if that, no, I think I need to get the actual colors. There's these really cute mushroom socks that I want to make, but anyways, that is another plans of some sort. Not sure what. Gosh, I'm losing this ball band. Yeah, I'm not sure what it will entail. I didn't find a pattern last night that I super connected with, but those are the colors that I want. And maybe I just like freestyle it, which I'm enjoying a lot more than I thought I would. Anyways, I think that's everything. I'm really proud of how much I got done. I love getting things off. Once I get there, it's hard. I stall quite easily, but yeah, got lots of plans in the motion, and we'll see what happens. Thanks for watching. Talk to you later. Bye.